Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing great, and today we are taking a look at creating some simple fake turn techniques that I think everybody's using quite a lot these days. And the reason it's interesting is because it's actually the same pose to pose as you would do with any character kind of technique, but it's using shape layers. So I believe this technique is familiar. Anybody who's doing some After Effects for quite some time already knows how it's working, but today we're going to be focusing on this topic, and I believe this will be helpful mostly for the beginners. So let's take a look what we've got here. We've got here our character, her name is Ellie, and she has a phrase over here. I did the rig already for her using the same technique that I showed in the previous lesson. Let's just take a look.
Mr. Fowler, we will need proper safety equipment and training. Mr. Fowler,
you see she has this very base pose, and there are some wiggle, just simple wiggle expressions lined on the body and on her arms and on her head. But now we're needed actually something more than that. We need some fake turn. And let's take a look. We have a reference of how she should look when she's turned around. Just a bit, a little fake turn, but it sounds simple, but every animator knows, every character animator knows that this will take some time to get this done. So I'm doing this live with you. I haven't started yet thinking about this scene and or how to process it. I just have few ideas about hand, because I see hand is right here, is behind the character, but it needs to be in the front once she's gonna finish her turn. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, probably I'm gonna start with her body, because I think this is the main driver of the scene. We see her facing, and you see the buttons are over here at the front, and then they're kind of turned around. So I believe that's what we're gonna be focusing on. What I want to do is probably turn the opacity down over here, and I'm gonna just probably overlay it and kind of make it same size to get a proper idea of how, yeah, something like that, of how the shirt's gonna look. Let's maybe place it on top and see if that's gonna work. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be getting there. Since it's just a turn, she's kind of standing in the same spot, we're not gonna be seeing a lot of movement over here. So let's get started. First of all, I wanna let me explain you the workflow. I'm gonna be using the motion tools over here that allows me easily convert shapes, extract groups of the shapes. This can be done by going here, create shapes from vector layer, plus extracting groups I explained in the previous lesson. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click convert to shape. Now you can see immediately we have our stuff here. So we have our collar over there and the neck, and here I have my buttons. So actually I want to group them all together, and I'm gonna just name them buttons. Just missed S. All right, and let's get started. What I want to do is look for path. So I'm hitting Ctrl F and searching the path parameter. So it's right here. I'm adding first path to the collar over there. Let's go ahead and do so, and actually to the body. Yes, and we might add path over here, but we also could have added just a simple position, which will work fine too. So let me take a look at the reference. I'm not sure if that's a good idea to place it there. Probably let's just have it close by. Make the opacity 100, and let's take we're gonna be just taking a look over here. All right. So first I want to also change the anchor point, because I believe she has on the rotation, yes, she has just a little bit of a wiggle happening. So she's kind of wiggling just a touch, and then I want to make sure her head is attached to her body, just like that. Her bag is attached to the body as well. Bracelet is attached to her arm, which is there, and her arms are attached to the body. All right, and now she's moving in sync. and everything is beautiful. Okay, so we have our first keyframes lined up. Now, first of all, I probably want to move this whole thing just a touch. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit P for position, Shift P to open up as an extra. And I'm just gonna go 10 frames from here, move it a bit to the right, maybe like this, that's fine. And I'm gonna start playing with those keys and trying to recreate this particular look over here. So that's gonna look something like this. Looks fine for me. Maybe something like that. Now I want to go for the color. So once we're turning, we're not gonna see it that much anymore, and the front is kind of going over here. And the same I want to do for these 3 buttons that I have. Oh, didn't select the last one. So I'm just gonna place them over here. And you see, immediately we start seeing that something is happening over there. And that's exactly what we are looking for. All right, now let's just fix a bit of a movement for the bag. I have it right here. So in order for me to change anything over here, I'll need to convert it to the shape as well. Just like so. And I'm gonna be looking for the path over here. And over here, I don't think if we're gonna see that, but we'll fix it if we will. Let's take a look. What group this belongs to? That's something over here, our zipper. Oop, probably missed it. Let's go like this. Okay, that's our bag. Okay, so here's the group 1 and here is the group 2. Beautiful. I'm just gonna double check if that's them. Yes, and I'm just gonna name it belt, just for me to understand where is it. All right. And here I want to go to the path as well, both of these groups. Let's go like this. I'm not typing now path over here because it's going to open me everything and I don't really need that. So I'm just going to place path over here, go 10 frames forward, and I'm going to select just a few keyframes that I'm having over here. Just move them like so. And I'll need to fix these 2 guys as well. Not you, but you. Yes, just like that. And let's take a look. Beautiful. You can see that it's kind of on the edge here. So probably it should be going, you know, kind of behind it. So I'll just leave it like this. A little bit of a fixing, you know, is always something you do as an animator. Beautiful. And now what we're seeing is that we are turning, but doesn't look good, you know, because we're seeing the position of the bag over here, and then once she's turned, it's kind of rotated a bit, and then the belt doesn't look that right. So we're gonna work more on this thing. Okay, so we have our belt here. Probably we're gonna start with the keyframes. Let me just see. I need to be just kind of need to be careful over here to select keyframes that belong here. That's fine. I'm just gonna move these 4 guys a bit higher, and these 2 guys probably somewhere over here. That's fine. And let me find now everything that belongs to the bag. Great, I'm going to just group it and name it bag. All right, here let's try going with the position first. I feel that this can be the option that's going to work for us. Position plus rotation. We make sure our anchor point is over here in the center. We go here, we place it kind of here, we just rotate it a bit. Let's just see how it looks. It goes towards the middle, and the scale, as you can see, we're actually gonna go with the scale too. It's fine. We give a new keyframe for the scale. We probably make it something like 90. And I'm just gonna use my arrows and shift to kind of place it where it needs to be. All right. We're getting closer. It's not exact same size, but that's gonna work. All right, now let's go ahead and move, and let's take a look first how it looks. Yes, that's looking right, and we're gonna be all right. I believe I didn't place. Oh no, that's fine. I was just thinking that this belt is not in the right place, but then I realized that it's going to the top, not to the side. So that's right. So now we're gonna do kind of a similar stuff that we did for the belt in the beginning, but for the other belt over here. So we're just gonna group it. We're gonna go belt top, and let's go ahead and open our path positions. We're gonna go here, add a keyframe, go ahead here, add another keyframe, and let's do our magic once again. So I'm just gonna select them here. I'm selecting one of the keyframes over here, so I want to shift click to unselect it, and this guy too. And okay, I'm still selecting something that I don't want. That's fine. Let's just go with a few at a time. So I'm gonna select these two guys. All right, now it's going well. Somewhere over here, I believe. And then all of these guys, I want to move them to something like that. And we're doing this kind of a distortion, which is fine. And these two guys, they're gonna go somewhere over here. Let's take a look. That works fine. And now we're gonna be taking a look at moving her right arm. That should be fairly easy because it's in the back. Let me just fix that part over there. Let's keep our head away as well for now. So we have this bracelet and we have our arm. It already has just a simple wiggle attached, and I'm gonna just use the rotation probably here. So I'm gonna go 10 frames forward, and this arm is kind of going in the back, so we're not seeing it. We should not be seeing it that much as we turn. So that should be fairly simple. And I probably want to play just to give a slight touch of a parallax, just to move it in the back over there as well. So yes, that looks gorgeous for me. Let's go ahead with her feet. So there they are. I'm gonna convert them to shape, first one and the second one. Now I'm not gonna be using the any walk or anything, so just leave the anchor point centered, doesn't bother me. Let's go ahead and open our path and see where we are. So group 1 is my finger 1, group 2 is the finger 2, and group 3 is the finger 3. Beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead, and you can't really see it because the way it's cropped in the final image, you can't really see it, but I will kind of crop it in to see it a bit because it was in the reference. What we're actually gonna do here, we're gonna just move our path more over here. Let's take a look. Yes, I really love it. Now how are we gonna make our the turn of the hand? I really want it to be at the front. First of all, I want to adjust the position of the hand, so the way it stands in the back, its last position. Let's first place the first position and the rotation as well. For this, now I'll need my anchor point to be straight here. Now 10 frames forward, and I want my arm to be kind of over here, more on the left and just more rotated over here. Yeah, I'll probably go and fix body just a touch. Let's open my keyframes. I think this is the body point. Yes, I'll just select the keyframe and just go like this. I believe that's a way nicer pose over here, more flattering for her. I can see now, you know, when you're looking in the picture like this from the top view, it's just a bit tall, these fingers. So I'm gonna grab those keyframes. So I'm standing on over here on my 10th keyframe to make sure I'm moving the correct thing. Just make them lower a bit. Yes, that's perfect. All right, so going back to the hand. Okay, see, the reason why kind of hand is not there is because it's now interrupting over here with this belt. Let's go ahead and fix the belt first, right? So let's grab, let me think. I want to use this keyframe. Actually gonna use these keyframes over here. Just make a bend, and I'll fix it right now. Yes, and my hand probably just gonna make it like this, just a bit to the right, back to the right. That should do. Or if we really want, we can actually grab this frame, these keyframes, and grab all of them. Oops, once again, just missing frames. Push them over here, but then I need to make sure everything is corresponding. So this one needs to go here, this one here, this one is going right here. So you see, it's kind of a frame by frame almost job. It's a bit easier than frame by frame, definitely, because it's a pose-to-pose animation. So pose-to-pose animation is based on the principle of you're kind of having two poses, and what After Effects is doing is interpolating between two of them, which makes it nice and easy for us animators. All right, that looks pretty decent to me. Our final pose. Now let's work. Yeah, that looks nice. Now let's work on the arm. So we kind of could have left it like this, but the way it was looking in the back looked a bit nicer for me. What I would like to do is probably now use, I'm not sure if set matte effect is gonna work here, but I might want to use just a regular mask. But the mask, I don't think it's gonna look right, because we have these edges of the arm over here, which will not gonna show up properly. So let's just take a look. You know, it might actually work, just her looking like this. But let's just give it a try. I'm gonna make a copy over here, just to get a safe point. And first of all, I want to push this arm more in the back. Probably like this, just to give me some space, to give me some room for my manipulations, if I can say so. Yes, to manipulate this stuff. So I want to select these two keyframes and have them just right there. So what we're trying to recreate is to have the edge of this shoulder. So I'm gonna move this independently by holding Control Alt. To line it up like this, so the arm slowly shows up from the side. And what I want to do is probably use this finger and this finger over here. So wait, which one? Yes, this one doesn't have a path point yet, so we're gonna have one created for it, and I'm gonna just give him a frame over here just to fix his position. And I want to move these two guys. Wait, not these two guys. So this is the finger. And no, this is not the finger, this is the shoulder. Okay, so I've kind of ruined my shoulder right now. I didn't add path positions. Let's go ahead and fix that. We need all these groups to have path. And actually not here, but in the end. So this is our final position. This is where we need to get. Okay. Let's get going once again. I want to select these two keyframes and kind of align them like this. So once again, to rotate this Bezier path individually, I'm just holding Control Alt and place this one over here. Probably I want to see where this edge is and just align it over there. This guy, let's take a look. Everything we need to take a look, and I think this edge works perfect. Now this should go something like that. And since we see our hand is a bit more kind of shifted that way, not shifted, but let's just see, let me try to explain. We're not seeing it from the previous angle, so these two fingers, we might not even see the third finger. That's what I'm trying to explain. So let's grab the second one and the middle one, and probably want to even place it on top of each other. I just want to see how that's gonna look. That might not work immediately, but so we're moving to our head. Let me probably just lock this whole thing so it's not interfering me. And you can see there is not much, didn't change much from the front view the side view like this. First of all, I would wanna separate my head. Let's break it into the layers. Here we go. So this is our position over here. I want to open the groups. So I might be playing with ears a bit. That's where we're gonna probably start. So this line, don't even see what it does. Okay, so this is ear here. And this is something I believe the whole thing, the whole group. Actually, we're gonna be kind of adjusting a lot over here. I'm not gonna give keyframes to all of that, but definitely I'm thinking if I should give keyframes over here. It's actually in the back, so I'm gonna just use position of this group over here. So let's go ahead and add position to kind of create a bit of a parallax effect. Now this, okay, so this is the layer that I'm looking for. I'm gonna add a path keyframe over here. So I'm not gonna use this, nor these guys. So this is just my nose texture. Just gonna go ahead and group them. Just place them nose texture. That works great. Okay, so this is my ear left. This is also goes towards the ear left, but I think it's gonna stay as it is. Now, what is this? I don't really see anything that this shape represents. Probably something from Illustrator that didn't get exported correctly, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it. All right, now, so I'm gonna just name it head, but I still have there my other ear. Right, so you kind of see it's broken in, it's divided in a weird way. This ear is part of the head and now this ear is not, but we're gonna work this through. So I'm gonna make it ear right line, and I want to add, okay, I already have a position here. I'm gonna add the position over here too. So add position, that's fine. Now head already should have a path. It does. Nose texture, I'm probably gonna use just the position. I might use, I should use, let's go like this. Ear left, we'll use, I might use path or position, or actually I'm gonna just scale it, you know, that this is gonna work probably even better. With complex shape like this, you see what I mean right now. So I'm gonna place the anchor point over here, and I'm gonna go to the transform scale, and just for you to understand what I'm talking about, I'm gonna disable the binding of the scale, and we're gonna just scale it down like this, and that's just gonna work just perfectly for us. I have a keyframe there. Okay, let's add a keyframe here, and this can be a simple path. All right, So we have a bunch of keyframes to work with. I'm gonna go 10 frames forward and we're gonna start adjusting. So I'm gonna start with the ear in the back, because once we parallax, it should go to the back as well, like this. And in a perfect world, not simply parallax, but also shrink. So that's actually what we are going to do. That's just a brilliant idea, just came to my mind. So I'm gonna go scale, deselect them here, and probably go, okay, first we need to go here and place the anchor point correctly. So this is my ear, I want my anchor point to be over here, and this is my ear line, I want my anchor point to be over here. And now I can go 10 frames forward. Okay, now because of the position, stuff changed. I'm gonna delete these 2 keyframes and just add them once again over here. So position, I'm gonna move it like this, and I'm gonna change the scale over here. Like so. I might want to add more position to the line, just changing in a different way. And now we are talking. You can see that. Let's take a look. Probably I want to add a bit more on the path. Didn't want to touch it that much though, but kind of have to. And I want to select all these guys, just move them here, more on the inside. And let's change this transition to be a bit smoother. It's fine. All right, we kind of have this fold feeling. Very nice. And I want to animate these keyframes too. I believe that's from path 1. It's already in position. As soon as he turns, this kind of goes. I'm gonna use this guy, but this kind of goes like this, and this guy should get extended a touch. Or something like that. Just went too far. All right, that looks pretty nice to me. Let's see what else we can enhance over here. So I kind of like the way her head is shaped in the end, but I want to give it more of a parallax feeling in the beginning. So what I want to do is actually take my nose texture, the whole thing, go 10 frames forward. Okay, didn't select just the nose. There we go. And I want to place it somewhere here probably. And I want to add rotation to this group. So, okay, actually do it the opposite way. This is my last position and I want to keep it the way it is. And my front position, I want to have it somewhere here. Just rotate it along its axis is fine. So once he turns, that's what's happening. And now I just need to adjust the head. Just a few keyframes. So we're kind of looking here. And here, I might want to do some smoothing over here. And this is gonna go like that. Even make it smaller, and once we are turning, we see more, yes, of the nose. There we go. And just a few more steps. I would actually do the same for the eyes. So remember, like we did in the previous, and actually for the mouth as well, like we did in the previous lesson. What we're gonna do, we're gonna add our position here on the last keyframe. That works for me, and probably add rotation just in case. And my eyes, where are my eyes? there they are. So we have our eyebrows. I think this whole group belongs to my eyes. Yes. And yes, doesn't have any keyframes. That's what we're looking for. I'm gonna add position over here. Beautiful. I'm gonna select these two position keyframes for the mouse, and I'm gonna move them to the right. Maybe even like so. Now let's deselect. That's perfect. Now for a bit more of a perfection, you probably would want to go for the head. Where is it? Right here. And if you really want, you can kind of straighten up these layers so they're more kind of facing you now. But for me it works fine as it is. What you might want to do is actually just kind of scale them properly, the whole group. So let's see, where is my anchor point for the nose texture? Here it is. Let's place it, not the whole thing, but the anchor point here. I just want to see if that's gonna work. I'm gonna add scale here. Gonna go back, just squeeze it a little bit. Yes, that's perfect. All right, so here we are, guys. We have our character making a nice fake 2D turn. What you can do, you can also assign this turn to a slider and control it later, but I'm not gonna be using this kind of turn anymore in this project, so I don't need that. I'm just gonna go ahead and just reposition the character a bit so I can see my legs a bit better. That's fine. And once she turned, I want her to... Okay, I'm not gonna need this reference anymore. I want her to look away, so I'm just gonna hit P, add position to my slider, and she's kind of looking up top. Like this. All right. Here we are. Okay, guys, so I hope this tutorial was helpful for you and you refreshed your knowledge or advanced your knowledge. Make sure you leave comments below if you liked it, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching.